So this tutorial is how to use and enter data on the individual subject files for the Belize Grading application. So just like the previous ones, you're going to need to get to the C drive, whether it's my computer or computer icon on your desktop or the start menu. I pretty much always use the Windows button and E. Double click on the C drive, double click on current school year. And I'm just going to go down to one of these files, and I know I haven't touched yet while I was doing some quality control and checking the files for you. So I'm going to go down to the science one. I'm going to double click that. When you first up open them, you may need to update or enable content or enable editing. But I did an update, so I brought in my name, my school name, the year, the level, and the students that I have. My principal likes me much better than you guys because I only have a few students instead of the 40 like you have. But we're going to show you how this gets set up. As you can see, this is broken down into homework, quizzes, tests, projects, and then there's a final exam. You don't have to use all of these, and it doesn't affect the grading or anything else if you don't do any quizzes. And you can see down on the bottom there's 4 tabs, 4 sheets to this Excel file, and it's first semester, second semester, third semester, and final grades. Now the final grades one, it is going to give you a running total for each semester, semester 1, 2, and 3, and for the year. Anytime you enter any assignment and grade, it's automatically going to just keep doing a running total on the calculations. So this, I'm hoping it'd be very helpful. Say Samuel Adams' father called and said, you know, I'm concerned about Sam. How's he doing in school? And you can go here and look at the subjects, and you can tell him exactly what letter grade or percent he has right now, or you know, even the points that he's earned and the points that he could have had altogether. One important thing to keep to notice here is the subject. Right next to the subject there is a 0. That's because in the first semester, and that's the only place we're going to give it the actual name for this year, is blank. That's going to affect the program macro for generating report cards, and that'll be a separate tutorial. So you have to give it a subject. I opened up the one, you can see up here that the file name is science, so it's in the this is intended for whatever science subject that you have. So I'm just going to give it a name. This is going to be an environmental biology class. So that's what we're studying with the students right now. And we're going to give an assignment today. So we're going to give a homework assignment, and it is worth 100 points. It is very important that you give the point value. Almost every school there told me that pretty much everything is 100. But you need to enter that in every time you have an assignment. The assignment date is not, it's not going to affect anything if you don't put it in there. But right now it is April 21st. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. And my students are already done and I'm graded. So Max, he did very well. He had a 96%. Peter worked very hard as well. He has a 94. Michael, not too bad. He earned a 98. Samuel had a 91. And Natasha had a 97. So you can see we have Very good students in here. And we gave a quiz today too, and quizzes are worth 100 points. So again, today's date is 4/21, and Max got a 90, Peter got an 86, Michael got an 82, Samuel had a 90, and Natasha, she's very upset with herself. She only got an 85. So you can just add these as you do them. Let me go back. So if I go to final grades right now, we can see that there's been a total of 140 points possible. And Max has 130.2, which is a 93%, which gives him an A. So I'm going to have a tutorial on the Excel formulas. I'm going to show you exactly what these formulas are and how it's being calculated. So that's going to be a separate tutorial as well. But the purpose of this one is just to show you how you just enter stuff and it's just automatically going to keep grading for you. So we can see right now the total is 140 and Max is at 93. So let's just add another assignment. We did a project. The project was worth 100 points, and I'm not going to give it a date this time, so you'll see that that doesn't matter so much. Max worked really hard. He got a 98 on it. They worked in teams, so it was Max and Peter. And then Michael, Samuel, and Natasha, they all worked on it together, and they had 92 on theirs. So we're going to give them those scores. And then we did a final exam. We're going to give them their grades for that as well. 94, 90, 90, 92, 88, 89. All right. So now let's go over the final grades, and you see that the points have changed. It was 140, and he was at a 93%. So without doing anything on this page, it's already changed to 240 and a 94.58. And again, the same for the final grade. If we enter data on second semester, that's going to be changed here. This isn't going to change for first semester, but it will also do the running total for the final grades for the entire year. The weight calculated in this is a 70-30%. So what that is all the homework, quizzes, tests, and projects. Those are going to be 70% of the grade, and the final exam is 30%. It is also set up that semester 1 exam, that means the final exam is yes, we did a final exam, yes, a final exam, and yes, a final exam. One school said right now, semester 2, we're not doing a final exam. So you would just go ahead and click there and type no. So you want to change that to there not being a final exam. And I'll show you in detail what that changes behind the scenes in the formulas. But other than that, it shows you how easy the grading part is. Earned, total, percent, and letter grade, that's automatically going to change anytime you enter data for any of your students. So let's see. This was an easy assignment. Some of them did quite well. I'm going to just do one more so you can see that it is an ever-changing. Now we're at 310. So this is just always going to keep going. You're not going to have to do any adding and dividing on your own. And with that, that concludes this tutorial on doing your individual subjects. We don't change the file name. We only change the subject, give the subject an actual name. If you change the file name to environmental biology, it's gonna change how many other different things work. So we don't ever change the subject's file name, only the subject box itself.